Okay, hello people. I have some special lady here with myself, and I would like talk about yoga because she knows something about, and I think it will be grateful if she can share it with us. And yesterday I was inspired to have some question, easy one, but with knowing of Sanskrit, of Divya Prabha, we can have something from it, I think. Hello.
Pranam.
Pranam. Would you like to say something quickly about yourself? Who you are?
I can say where I came from insofar as I grew up in the UK. I studied engineering. I had a career, but realizing that it wasn't enough, that I was missing something, feeling like empty inside, I went to a meditation group which changed everything insofar as I felt complete, and that's how I started studying and practicing meditation and yoga and going deeper into the subject. And so now living in India, studying in India for the last 27 years, but also studying with the same people for 30 years now. So maybe that gives an idea of...
Thank you. Maybe for someone who knows, you can tell the name of your teacher, of your guru?
So I'm very lucky to have a very special teacher, Brahmrishi Vishwatma Bhavraji Maharaj, who is no longer in the body, but still in existence and still guiding us, and a great, great yogi and scholar, and a much loved saint, you can say.
Thank you. Okay, go forward for questions.
Okay.
Why people should or could start with yoga?
The thing is, everybody in the world, no matter where they live, what country they come from, what language they speak, what belief system they have, everybody is looking for peace and happiness. And the difficulty is that people are looking for peace and happiness externally through external means, maybe by getting a new car, getting married, having kids, getting a better job, having a nice house. But soon that pleasure is soon over after getting these things in life. And that's because nature, by its nature, is changeable. It's always changing. We're young, we get old, we die, we come, we go. Buildings need repairing, cars need replacing. Plants are growing and dying. So everything is always changing. And so we actually are seeking permanent peace and happiness. But as long as we look for it in things that are changeable, we'll only get a temporary result. And that is what yoga can offer us. Yoga in itself, the root meaning of the word yoga is stable intellect, samadhi, or you can also say union, and that union between your individual self and that universal consciousness. And so yoga is not just about the benefits of the postures and the benefits of the calming benefits of the pranayama, the breathing exercises, or just sitting down quietly in meditation, because we're all meditating every single day, all of the time. But yoga is about finding that connection to yourself within yourself that's permanent, that's connected to that light, to that knowledge, that gives us that stability, that sense of completeness, that sense of fulfillment, which not only, of course, because of the spiritual benefits, but also enables us to perform our tasks and live our lives more easily and better and peacefully. Because that once you got that connection, you can never lose it. And that's what people know somewhere within themselves, that there's a permanency about us, but they don't know what part of us is that is permanent. Because if you think about a young person, they never have the concept of one day I will die. There's no concept at all that time was going to run out until you're in your old age. And so that shows us that there's somewhere we understand that we have a permanence. But what that permanence is, we don't have the guidance to find. And so that is what yoga brings in life, that integration, that sense of stability, that connection to that which is permanent, that ability to be shaken in a storm like a tree, but return to our stable roots. And I truly believe that that's what everyone's looking for in life, is that peace, that happiness, that love, but they're not sure where it is.
Nice, thank you. Okay.
It's not me saying this. You realize that this is the Vedas and the Upanishads and all of seers and all of the teachers over many thousands of years that have passed this knowledge and this practical knowledge on to the current generations.
And this knowledge was right in Sanskrit, right?
Yes.
And you manage Sanskrit quite well.
Well,
you can understand.
I can understand some Sanskrit. I love Sanskrit. There's a very special energy.
For this, I have 3 little questions. You know, in these days, if you do yoga, for sure you have like asanas.
Yes.
Often you can have also pranayama. And if it's complete, you have meditation also. My question is, with explanation, if we can use your Sanskrit, or your knowing of Sanskrit, what mean asana?
Asana is... we're given a definition in Patanjali Yoga Darshan, which says, Sthir Sukham Asanam. That which is comfortable and stable is called an asana. In English, people translate that to a posture. But an asana is really much more than just about the position. It's talking about the stability, the comfort, giving you that... you can say happiness, and not only physically but also mentally.
And how we can understand then, if we do asana, we try to stay long and be focused in our mind?
Yes, you know, one of the greatest things of asanas is ultimately we're looking for a posture that we can stay in for a long time, which we can use as our foundation, where there's no movement. So then your body is stable. So then you can stabilize your breath, and then enables you to stabilize the mind so that you can concentrate on a mantra and do meditation. So an asana, really you're looking ultimately for that posture that you can sit for 3 hours, 5 hours, maybe more. And then we have all the different asanas. I mean, thousands, there were millions of different asanas originally. And so, yes, we do practices and different routines of different asanas. But in each asana, you're always looking to have that concentration, that ability to go inside, not of introspection, of analyzing yourself as an individual, but that going inside to finding what is that energy, that consciousness that exists beyond my physical, beyond my subtle, beyond my causal bodies. So when you can concentrate on your mantra within a posture, taking you inside in that stable physical position, and stay gentle breath, focusing on the mantra, you can have a deeper experience where you're focused only on inside, and it somehow brings that alignment within you also for how that posture is supposed to be. Because the aim of a posture isn't to get your feet onto your head, or how strong your body can be to do different postures, and flexibility is not an external competition. It's about going inside and finding yourself, because that's the thing that you're really looking for.
Okay. Then, if I may, the practical means when you do postures, asanas, you try to repeat a mantra.
Yes, or even right between your eyebrows. Focusing on that point within yourself takes you beyond the limitations of what you're feeling in the physical body, but bringing you to that one-pointedness. And when you have run out of your physical energy, your natural energy is when the divine energy starts. So it's not a physical challenge of endurance, but a challenge of concentration.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, if we can have some explanation still with using Sanskrit, your understanding of Sanskrit, pranayama, what does it mean?
Some people describe it of bringing the breath under control, prana. So we have our physical breath, but there's also subtle prana. So when we talk about prana, there's actually 5 pranas that people really talk about in yoga, but there are actually 10. Understand that prana controls every movement of our body. So there's a different prana for sneezing, a different prana for blinking, different prana for going to the bathroom, like apan prana. So the 5 pranas that people in yoga are familiar with is the prana, pan, saman, udan, going up, and vayan, that is circulating in the entire body. One thing to understand about pranayama is that you can't increase prana. Prana is all pervasive, it's everywhere. So in the same way that you can't have more air in your body than in someone else's body. Air is pervading everybody. But what you can do is you can purify. You can improve the purity of the prana. And that is what pranayama is working on, as well as understanding that pranayama, through the practices of pranayama, we understand that thought and breath are twins. So if you can control your breath through pranayama, that means having longer, deeper, slower breaths. Then it means that your thoughts, the gap between thoughts will be bigger, because the gap between subsequent breaths is bigger, so the gap between thoughts gets bigger, and this is what calms you down. If you think about someone who's angry or very excited, their breath is very fast and it's very short, and this is dropping their oxygen levels, it's putting stress stress on the system, and it becomes a circle that you can't get off. But pranayama enables you to reset. And with pranayama like Bhastrika or Kapalbhati or Anoma Viloma, whatever is suitable for your practices, you're able to lengthen the breath and reduce the stress on your system by calming the mind. And you're able to improve the quality of the prana. Not increase the prana, but improve the purity, the quality, which gives a better experience to your system also. And if you think about what you are, imagine a tank of water, muddy water. Now, when there are waves on that muddy water, the water stays muddy. But if you can stop the waves on the water, make it calmer, then the mud and the water start to separate. And so then you can see it's water and it's mud. In the same way, if we can calm the frequency of our breaths, the number of breaths per minute, then the number of thoughts per minute decreases. And so things become calmer, so that you also can see inside and see what you are. So pranayama has a great place in the practice of yoga. It's not just an exercise for producing lots of sweat, etc. There's a deep meaning that affects your bodies, affects your mind, affects your calmness and peace, enabling you then to be able to concentrate on meditation.
Nice. I have just one question arise now. You are saying that we cannot have more prana in the body. But is there something about to help the flowing the prana inside body better?
Prana is always flowing because it's beyond the limitations of your skin and your organs. Okay, but there can be impurities, like maybe in your breath there can be more carbon dioxide because you're not expanding the lungs so much. So it's not, when we talk about prana, we're not talking so much about physical blockages, because the gases can still permeate through your being. What we can have is that we can, for example, if we're doing Bhastrika and we're increasing the warmth of the body, we can have the feeling of the prana rising. But it's not increasing prana. It's just that the direction of the prana is going up. So, for example, apana prana goes down and out. So you use the bandhas, and so then it's redirected.
We are just helping redirect it, our prana to go up.
Yes.
That's why we can feel something like that.
And really, it's something that, if you're very in tune with your being, you can feel that that movement, that warmth, as we do the practices. But it is important to understand that it's also can be guided with mantra.
Then again, during the asana, we can write home.
Yes,
during
if
the
you
pranayama.
Absolutely. If you see, it's like riding a bicycle. When you know what you're doing, and it becomes a regular practice for you, so that you don't have to think about what you're doing and you can just do the practice, then it gives you the opportunity to focus on the mantra. At the beginning, that's hard, just like riding a bicycle in the beginning is very hard and you must concentrate very fully. But once it's become part and parcel of your existence, then you can easily focus on mantra.
Nice.
And even, all of a sudden, sometimes the breath stops and you're not aware until the breath restarts. Yeah. Because pranayama really starts when you don't want to stop. Until then, it's a practice that you're doing. But when you're doing pranayama, and you start loving the practice, there comes a point that you're kind of like, oh no, I've run out of time. I want to do more. Then you know that pranayama has really started. But when you're looking at the watch and like, how many more minutes? Gosh, I got to do 20 minutes. I've only done 2 minutes. That's not pranayama. That is when we're starting and doing the practice to get to the point where we become absorbed in the practice. We love the practice. We don't want to stop the practice. And more we feel, oh, it's time over. Oh.
Okay. Nice. I can see. Okay. Next question. Do we have Sanskrit word for meditation?
Yes. So the actual word is dhyan. Dhyanam.
It's a meditation.
Yes.
Okay.
But also what we understand as meditation actually is 3 parts. Dharana, Dhyana, and Samadhi. And so these are considered to be the internal 3 limbs of internal yoga for Ashtanga yoga of 8 limbs. So this is considered the internal part. And the dharana means literally to concentrate on the point. And the dhyana means to do it again and again. And the samadhi is where you become absorbed in that focus point. But the interesting thing is that meditation is not just when you sit down and you make a mudra and you do mantra and you're concentrated that I'm going to do my meditation practice now. Meditation is happening all day long. The difference is that our focus point is changing all the time. Sometimes it's about reading a book, sometimes it's about listening to some music, sometimes it's about calling a relative, going to our work, driving a car. But if you have a family and taking care of the children, preparing food, whatever it is, whatever we concentrate on, that is all meditation. But it has a temporary object. And the more you focus on that point, whatever it is, the quicker that task is completed. So a real secret and real joy, you can say, of yoga is understanding that once we are really engaged with our mantra means mananat traiti iti mantra, that thing which protects us from the cogitations of the mind. That means not an affirmation. It means a special vibration that protects your mind from all that flickering and movement and pressure, tension. And so when we have, you can say, developed a relationship with our mantra, when we've developed that love for our mantra as not just a practice, but something that we cherish, something that we feel the value of, we're able to be connected to that mantra throughout the day and yet perform our tasks in the same way that a kid can ride a bicycle with great effort and attention in the beginning, but after a couple of years they're able to drop their hands, talk to their friends, much to the disapproval of their parents normally, but they're able, because they know how to ride the bicycle now, So they're able to multitask. And it's like that with mantra, is that you keep that as your key focus point, that energy that protects you, that energy that is guiding you, that energy that loves you, that energy that is actually giving you everything, that connection to consciousness. And at the same time, it guides you to perform whatever it is you need to do, whether it's driving a car, make food, go to work, teach, whatever it may be. But it's that energy that nourishes you, protects you, guides you. And that ultimate energy is described as that truth, that knowledge, that bliss. And so that comes through the dharana, the concentration on the point, doing it again and again, the dhyanam, meditation, and then becoming absorbed in that point is the samadhi, the stable intellect, the stable wisdom. That's like making it in the simple terms. Of course, there's so much more involved in all of that, like the dawn of knowledge and that movement from darkness to light, from ignorance to knowledge. And ignorance simply means that lack of awareness, the lack of light. It's not, oh, that's stupid, or wrong. It's just not knowing how to be in that situation or how to be connected to that light that dispels the darkness and dispels the delusion.
What goes in my mind, then you say on the beginning, yoga is stable intellect. Then I am always looking for something practical advice that what I can understand, like advice, is repeating constantly, writing constantly mantra during your daily duty.
Absolutely. If you have a connection with that is the greatest and most valuable thing that we have in this world, because it always enables us to, with that connection, to stay real, to be aware of the reality of the situation rather being deluded by our perception or our misinterpretation or panic about whether we're able to perform that task or not perform that task. It's just very clear. You just perform the actions that you need to do, and if it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But that that quiver that we experience inside, that inner battle, is dispelled. Like, imagine it's like being at the depths of the sea whilst a storm goes on the surface. The storm doesn't disappear, but with that connection to that mantra, we don't feel shaken by the world, enabling us to more smoothly move through all the situations that we have to go through, because nature is challenging. The nature of nature is it changes. That we can't escape, but how we feel about it, how we react to it, how we perform within it, that can change. And that comes with that connection with the mantra, giving us that stability. And even it's described in the Gita as yoga karmasu koshalam. Yoga is efficiency or perfection in action. And we lose so much energy with the
overthinking.
Yeah. But with that mantra, it enables us to go, okay, this is the situation. What do we do now? As opposed to shaking about the situation, leaving us incapable to deal with what is the situation now. What do I need to do now? It's really quite straightforward, and it sounds so easy to do.
Exactly. Sounds easy. But to do it?
It's simply a question of practice. It's like depositing your mantra in a bank account that yields interest. The more you put, the more it's going to give. Sometimes.
Yeah. Like, we can say also, and it's a question at the same time, we can invest money, we can invest in our health, we can invest in relationships, but we can invest also in spirituality.
Exactly.
Something like that.
And if you understand that if you've invested in the spirituality, that will spread into all aspects of your life, bringing stability not only to you, but improving the stability of those around you because of the improved communication, the improved interactions. It's quite a magical thing when you think about it.
Okay. This is for you. I have 2 questions for you. Which sutra you love the more?
I love in the Upanishads some mantras, and it's really hard to choose one. And so I'm going to start with one which is part of a mantra, ekatvam anupashyata, realizing unity in diversity. So, of course, in nature, everybody's different, but yet that consciousness is the same in all of us. I also, for me, that kind of really touches my life, that I feel like the magic of realizing that unity in diversity. I think as a teaching mantra, Ashta Chakranao Dwara Devanam Pura Yodhya is amazing because it tells people so simply what they are, that they consist of 8 chakras, 9 gates, that all the divine beings who are the givers exist within this, and that the name of it is Ayodhya, which means the place of no battles. So that really expresses that unity within. And then there's one more. I know you said only one, but I'm sorry. If I go for one, then I just go for Om. That's everything. And the third one is Vidyaya Amritam Ashnute, which means through knowledge you go beyond the cycle of birth and death. Amrit is that divine knowledge where you realize that you don't die because you're not this. But through Vidya, through knowledge that is attained. And Vidya is also meaning light, which dispels all darkness. So for me, Ekatvam Anupashyata, realizing unity in diversity, and then the Ashta Chakranao Dwara Devanam Pura Yodhya, for explaining to people what's the most amazing thing about what you are, and then sharing that the way to get this light, this knowledge, through this light, through this knowledge, we realize this Amrit, and Amrit literally means not death. And that is one, as people get older, that's one of their biggest fears. And that explains, our misunderstanding about temporary impermanence. Because really we're permanent, but we don't know it.
I have so much more questions, but time is over. And maybe we can do another video, huh?
With pleasure.
I ask to you, we can finish with prayer?
Sure.
Yeah.
Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lucas. It's been such a pleasure to be with you.
Thank you. Bim!
Cut.
Cut.